Hello everybody, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sunday night is Organ Music Night, and tonight is another end of the month special, Hymns from Around the World. And we started there with a special request. We got a special request this evening from a chap called Jacob. And I'm not sure we've heard from Jacob before. It's a name I don't recognize. At least I don't think so. I do apologize if you have been around. But yeah, we just have a wonderful message earlier from Jacob. And he wanted an improvisation on Wolvercote. Oh, Jesus, I have promised. And there you are. We started this evening's concert with it. It's a lovely tune. It's in A major, which is not my favorite key. But it's a lovely hymn nonetheless, so I think we can definitely enjoy playing it, whatever key it's in. Right, now, good evening, folks. This is going to be a long night tonight. Not because we're going to be playing for a very long time, but because it's been a very, very long day today. I think I mentioned earlier in the chat that today was our bundle of joy, our little baby daughter. It was her christening today, finally. A long time overdue. She's 15 months old, coming up for 16 months old. And we waited and waited. We were kind of hoping that, you know, members of my family from Scotland would be able to come over for the christening. But obviously, with the rather sad and sudden death of my father last month, or a couple of months back, that kind of threw the spanners in the works, as it were, and unfortunately my family members couldn't come over for the christening. But we had a photographer there, so lots of photos were taken, which meant we could concentrate on what was going on for today, which was absolutely wonderful. And the photographer, she took hundreds of photos, we think, and also after the ceremony. She hung around for a bit after the ceremony, and we had some lovely photos, so we're looking forward to receiving those. That's going to be very good fun. But we had a lovely day. It was a very small affair. It was just a few members of Vanessa's, not even all of Vanessa's family could be there. A very small, how many were we? We were only about 8 or 9 people. A very small group, and we did it secretly. We didn't do it here in the local church or anything like that. We did it secretly in my old parish in Bonn, here in Germany. We went up to Bonn and did it very secretly there, and my good friend Michael played the organ for us, and a wonderful deacon performed the service, and it was absolutely beautiful, and the little one behaved absolutely perfectly until the water got poured over her head, when she absolutely screamed the church down. The deacon went a bit overboard with the water. It was an enormous amount of water, and she did not like that. Everything up to that point was absolutely fine, but when the water arrived, whoosh, off she went. That was that. She was not a happy bunny when that happened. But after that, everything was fine again. We took lots of lovely pictures. We went to have a lovely meal in a lovely place in Bonn, and we only got back about 15 minutes ago, or 20 minutes ago now. So yeah, it was a bit of a rush to get everything going here tonight. So I hope I haven't forgotten anything. And a very interesting, a very nice sort of side thought of the whole thing. My dad was actually there at the ceremony today. When my dad died, he left me a few things, two of which were, well, two of his, what my dad loved, watches. And my dad left me 2 of his watches. And I wore one of his watches today to the ceremony. So he was there. So that was rather lovely. So so there we are. So my family was there for the ceremony. So that was good. That was good. Right, anyway, tonight is Hymns from Around the World. Let's not get emotional. Hymns from Around the World was tonight, and it was tonight's plan. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So at the ceremony today, we had 3 hymns, and I would like to play them for you. Now, when you're going to have a christening in Germany, especially in the German Catholic Church, which is what this all is, in this part of the country, you have to have a couple of very nice hymns, and this one must not be omitted. This is the christening hymn, as it were, and it's absolutely lovely. It's a very, very old hymn. He said, is it that old? melody. Bonn! Ha! The melody comes from Bonn. I didn't know that. 1826. Actually, it's not that old then, is it? So the melody comes from 1826. And it's a wonderful, wonderful, very old piece of music. Fest soll mein Taufbund immer stehen. And it's one of those lovely hymns where you can go to town on the harmonies. It sort of builds up and builds up and builds up, and we can have fun with it. By the way, we're in the northern German city or town of Goch, G-O-C-H, not Gosh, Goch, up near the Dutch border, very close to the town of Kevelaar, in fact, where one of the largest organs in the world is housed. This is not that. This is Goch. It's a lovely instrument. It was sampled a year or two ago by Piotr Grabowski, and we've been playing it ever since. It's lovely. I rediscovered it a few weeks ago. Fest soll mein Taufbund sein. The archetypal German christening hymn. Bit of rumbling going around on there in the background. Was that coming through in the stream, or is it just my headphones rumbling? Let me know. Was it going funny? Nobody's saying anything, so it must be all right. Hee. Nobody was saying anything, so it must be all right. Splendid, splendid, splendid. Yes, that's a beautiful piece of music. I absolutely love it. Now, another one we had. This is something you might not normally have at an christening, but we did because we thought it was rather lovely. And it's one of those sort of more modern hymns. Something not quite right here this evening. Let me have a look. Let's get rid of that. It's a very big acoustic, and I can't remember how I set it up. I had it set up some other way before. It's very washy, isn't it? Let's reset that. Let's get rid of that and that. How big's this? Those are the close-up samples of this organ, so I think we'll leave that about there. Now let's bring up the rear, as it were. Listen to this. These are the rear samples taken at the back of the church. There's where the muddiness is coming, so let's get rid of most of that. Let's go back up to where I was here. And then... I think that's a little bit better. Let's take that up a tiny bit more and that down a bit more. Okay, I'm going to play around with that. Let me know if you think that sounds okay or if it sounds too washy. You want it to sound more direct. Anyway, the hymn in question, a modern hymn, Wo Menschen sich vergessen. When people forget themselves, that kind of thing. Where they stray from the right path, but they want to start all over again. Pick yourself up and start all over again. It's that kind of hymn. And this is where heaven meets earth. It's one of those hymns. It's rather lovely. And it's a modern one, and it's got some lovely harmonies, including this. This sort of, it modulates, it goes from here. It's rather cute. I like it. Melody was written by someone called Christoph Lehmann. There's no date to it, so I don't know how old it is, but it's relatively modern. It goes something like this. That's sounding better, isn't it? I much prefer the sound of that. What do we think? Sounds good? Sounds better. Oh, good. Lots of people are clapping and saying yes. So good. All right, that sounds good. Splendid. I think we'll go along with this sound. Right. I'm going to play another one, and then we're going to say hello to everyone in the chat and check what's been going on in the background. Theoretically, I could be doing that right now, but I'm not. What's this? What's happening here? How are we doing here? How are we doing? How are we doing with thumbs? I can't see thumbs up anymore. It's a very strange thing here on YouTube now. I can't see some of the statistics I used to be able to see. Are you all giving this a thumbs up, everybody? I hope you are. If not, now's the time. Here's a wonderful tune. It's Vanessa's favorite hymn tune. I've played this 100 times. And why not? Because it's so lovely. Let's have a clarinet, shall we? And a lovely sound to go with the clarinet. Here's a flute. Here's a clarinet. And here's a beautiful accompaniment sound. Okay, tell you what. Let me tell you. Here's the secret of Hauptwerk. Here are the secrets in the background of Hauptwerk. I'm going to go into the back end of Hauptwerk, and I'm going to take this sound, these strings, all right? Hold on, let me go back out of here just quickly and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here's a stop on the organ. Okay, it's called the viol de gambe, the string sound, the viol de gambe, okay? And attached to that, there's a similar sounding stop, which is tuned slightly higher. And if I have both of those together, so here's the first one, and here's the second one. Can you hear the difference? That's tuned much higher. And if I put both of them together, you get that sound, all right? A sort of a nice wobbly, undulating sound. However, for my taste, that's too much out of tune. So I am going to go into the back end of Hauptwerk and I am going to detune that entire rank a little bit so it's not quite as keen. I'm going to soften it, as it were. Haha! Right, let me find the bloody thing first of all. There we go. Now, what you have to do, of course, you have to find we've got three. We've got the close microphones, we've got the front microphones, and then the back microphones. So I have to go and find them all, and then I have to come here, and I go to tuning, and then I have to tune this down a bit to just soften it a little bit. Right, so that's the close ones. Let's go and find the front ones. There we go. Front ones, and we will tune them down a similar amount. Ah, see, now it's slowing down. Now we're going to go and find the rear samples. Where are my rear samples? There they are. And we'll go down a similar amount there as well. And that's just taken the edge off it. It's given it a softer sound. Come on, close. Isn't that lovely? I think that's much lovelier. So now, when I go back to this sound that I had here with my clarinet, I now have a soft accompaniment from my clarinet. That's better. Oh my God, that's so much nicer. Yeah, it's got a more sort of ethereal sound to it now. Okay, perfect for Vanessa's favorite hymn. Mein Gott, wie schön ist deine Welt. My God, how beautiful is thy world. I play this all the time, but it's so lovely. And we had it today. And the thing is, this hymn is only in 3 of the German diocese hymn books. It's in this one, it's in Passau, and it's in, I don't know, another one. It's in Limburg, Passau, and some other diocese. It's not in the Cologne hymn book, the Diocese of Cologne. It's not in the Cologne hymn book. So Michael didn't know this hymn. So I sent him the notes the other day, the dots. And he agreed that it is one of the most lovely hymn tunes. And he went to town on it. He really had a wonderful time playing it. It's gorgeous. Here we go. I've just tuned the organ live on YouTube. How cool is that? Let's play around with this then. That's a good little sound on this organ, isn't it? What do we think? I like. Isn't that just, it's such a beautiful tune, isn't it? It's in F major. And in the middle, I transpose it to D major. It felt okay, but it didn't sound quite right in D major. I don't know, it's theoretically lower, but because D major is so much brighter than F major, it sounds higher. Does that make sense? No. What would be a good key for this? Let's take that down a bit. Let's go back down to the Goch. Oh, isn't this a beautiful? I'm very pleased with this sound. I'm very pleased with that. Oh my gosh, that's just too nice, man. So anyway, it's in F major. Da, dee, da, dee, da, da, dee, dee, da, da. Da, 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 dee, da, 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 dee, da, dee. Ah, it's a lovely thing. Lovely, lovely melody. What key would it sound really good at? G major. Da, dee, da, dee, da, 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 dee. No. E flat major. Let's go down a bit. Da, dee, dee, da, 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 dee, da, da. I don't know. Da, 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 dee, da, 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 dee, da, dee. Doesn't sound right in that key either, does it? Let's go all the way down to D flat major. Aha. I think da dee ta dee ta ta dee ta 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 dee ta 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 ta. I think we found it. Da dee ta. Oh, listen to that. Rumbling away. Da dee ta ta dee ta 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 ta. Do you get where I'm going? Da dee 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 dee. Now we have to be corny with the harmonies here. Ta dee ta 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 dee ta ta. What do you think? Da. In fact, let's do it with a 32. Ooh. Ooh, what do we think? What do we think? D flat, I think. D flat, down a major third. From F major. Let me show you again. F major. D, da, dee, da, da, dee, da, da, da. D flat major. Da, dee, da, dee, da, da. Oh, definitely. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Da, 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 dee, da, 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 dee, dee, dee. I like that, especially the middle bit. Da, dee. Listen to that. Oh, that's a roasting fire on a winter's evening. Da, dee, da, da, dee, da, 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 da. Isn't that beautiful? I think we need a major 7 chord here. Da, dee, da, 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 ta, 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 ta. Now, ta, ta. Oh, Elgar. Dee, dee, dee. Da, dee, 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 dee. Da, dee, da, 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 da. Ha! Right. I'd like to see other YouTube organists do that. Okay, bingo. There you go. Oh. Yes. I've turned a good hymn into a perfect hymn. How about that? D flat, ladies and folks. Yeah, D flat major. Who'd have thought? I'm going to try that in church sometime. I'm just going to play it in D flat and see what the people think. It's not very high, but it's warm. It's much warmer. E flat, said David Miller. No. I tried E flat and it didn't sound right. I just tried it 2 seconds ago. It didn't sound quite right. Brooks, butter, melted butter. Yes, you're right. Melted butter spread on the buttocks of musicality. There you are. Nutella spread on the butt cheeks of church hymnals. No, that sounds naughty, doesn't it? But you know exactly what I mean. It's a sensual sound. It's a sensual sound. I better behave myself. Anyway, yes, D flat. It's just D flat is the best key in the world. Wagner chose D flat for the House of the Gods. There must have been a reason for that, yeah? Wagner's Valhalla. It was all D flat, big horns and tubas and things going in D flat major. A lovely sound. If I add that trumpet and do the same thing. Yeah, that's the kind of thing, yeah? Music of the Gods, D flat major. A lot of people say, oh, D flat is so difficult. It's not. D flat is, well, it's not only the best key in the world, it's also the easiest key in the world on the piano or any keyboard instrument, because it's impossible to put your fingers in the wrong place. I've shown you this before. Can I quickly, as I can, if I do that and that, there we go. Haha, right, there is D flat, okay? Now, beside it is a C, okay? So, hold on, there's... the whole thing about a keyboard, an octave, you have an octave. Yeah, we know the octave C to C. I'm looking at the screen rather than looking at my hands. I don't know why I'm doing that. C to C, okay? So, and if you learn your scales, you go 1, 2, 3, and then you put your thumb under and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, thumb under, 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy peasy. Right, so any scale in any key is a mixture of that. All right, so D flat major, you just have to sort of alter where your fingers go. So your thumb stays there on the C and the F, but everything else is a black note. So you have 3 black notes here. So you have 1, 2, 3. So we're starting, if you imagine we start on D flat, we start on 2, but let's stick to this group of 3. And here's the group of 4. So it's therefore impossible to put your fingers in the wrong place, because here's your group of 3, here's your group of 4. Yeah? So these 3 fingers are there, these 2 fingers are there, and your thumb is just dotting between there. What could be easier, I hear you ask? There you are. So that's why D flat is actually the easiest key in the world, as far as I'm concerned. It's the same in the left hand, obviously. Same in the left hand. It's incredibly easy. And it's got that luscious, warm, beautiful sound to it. Isn't that gorgeous? And especially if your reeds are ever so slightly out of tune like mine are. If I tune everything perfectly, it sounds nice, but if I then detune the reeds a little bit to make them more sort of autumnal, it's just, ooh, that is gorgeous beautifulness. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I like that. Marek, you make it look so easy. It is easy. That's the thing. It is. It just is. C major, F major, B flat major, E flat major, A flat major, D flat major, G flat major, C flat major. All of those keys, and C flat major is basically B major, but we'll call it C flat for purposes of continuity. All of those major keys use exactly the same fingering. There's a group of 3 notes involved with C, D, E, and their flat varieties. So it can be a C, a D, and E. It could be a C, a D, and an E flat. It could be a C, a D flat, and an E flat, okay? And the same with the F group. So you've got the F, G, A, B group, but it could be F, G, A, B flat. If it's F major, for example, so you've got there's your 3, there's your 4, yeah? Let me show you that again. Let's go back to here, So there's your 3, and here's your 4. So finger 4 is on the B flat. Okay, that's F major. B flat major, we just add another flat note. We add this one. So that one's in our 3-finger group. So finger 3 is now on E flat. And here's our 4-finger group. Same as before. So the B flat major is D, 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 D. Okay, 4 fingers, 3 fingers, 4 fingers, 3 fingers, 4 fingers. Okay, what comes after that? E flat comes after that. E flat major, we add this one, A flat. A flat is in the middle of our 4 group. It's the finger 3 of the 4 group. So we have 4, 3, 2, 1 in that group now. And here's our finger 3 group. Okay. And now we're in E flat major. What comes after E flat? A flat comes after, so we add the D flat. What do we have now? So now we still have this 4 group here with 2 black notes, 2 white notes. But here we now have a D flat in here instead of a D. So finger 2 is now on D flat. We're running out of white notes. Okay, that's now A flat. What's the next one? D flat major. So we add the final black note. I hope that makes sense. Do you understand that? It's incredibly easy. Trust me, it's incredibly easy once you get your head around it. Thing is, when you learn to play a keyboard instrument, your teacher always says, let's start with C major. And you learn to play C major, and then you say, well, add a sharp now and play G major, and then because it's the same fingering. And that's just coincidence that it's the same fingering, but you start on G with the same fingering, but that screws everything up from the other way. If you learn it the other way around first, then you learn what the keyboard is all about. You learn where everything is on the keyboard, yeah? And then you sort of say, oh, by the way, let's do the sharp keys next, and then it's the same fingering, okay? And then that just makes sense afterwards, yeah? But if you learn the flat keys first, you learn all about the keyboard and where everything is. That's why a lot of people, when suddenly they're faced with a piece of music in D flat major, their brain goes, yeah? But give them something in A major and they go, oh, yeah, yeah? I did it the other way round. Tim says, too quick to follow. No, it's not. Sit down at a piano and try it. And repeat that section. In fact, I think I'll take that section of the video and make an actual video of it. Yes, I am recording tonight's feast of activities. Yes, it's recording in the big camera too. Perfect, wonderful. Back to the music, to the hymns. Look, it's the Brown Book of Magic. We haven't been here for a long time. And tonight we're going to have a... Oh, that's it. Ha! I must have opened it at this page several times over the weekend so that it just fell open for me. Number 118. Für Gottes Haus Sorge tragen. I'm not even going to bother translating that. Someone will do it for me. Number 118. In fact, Urza, you've probably got the entire list of things in English there. So what's this called in English? And this is it's what you would call a jazzy waltz. It's not in 3/4 time. It's in 9/8 time. So there are 3 beats in the bar, but they're each of those beats is split up into 3 rather than 2. Is this too complicated? Don't worry, it just means it lilts more, all right? A waltz is a nice lilting song. Let's have a St. Bernard's waltz. That lilts. Okay, that lilts along, but this is even more lilting. So you add a sort of a swingy beat to that. Anyway, you'll understand what I mean when I start playing it. It's in the key of F major. I suspect there will be some modulation taking place. And this piece of music does something special. That's why I chose it. I remember now. It doesn't stay in 9/8 time. It changes. See if you can work it out. Cha-cha-cha. It kind of needed a waltzy. Jump, cha-cha-cha-cha. A cha-cha-cha-cha. That's a stuttering cha-cha-cha. That's King George VI sing cha-cha-cha. Cha-cha-cha-cha. Sorry, that was naughty. Never make jokes about stuttering royalty, whoever they may have been. Anyway, isn't that a great piece of music? That's beautiful. I still think over here in this part of the world, I don't know what it's like in your part of the world, but over here, people are running away from the church in droves, especially in Germany, because in Germany you pay church tax. And Corona came along and everyone thought, oh, I can't go to church anyway, so why don't I leave the church? I don't have to pay any money. Why did I do that accent when I was talking about money? I don't know. Anyway, so they stopped. So they left the church, stopped paying church tax, and of course the church went, oh shit, we're not getting any money anymore. Because in Germany the church has a very comfortable position. The Catholic Church and the Protestant Church, they get church tax, and not a little amount. They get quite a lot, of course, for everyone. But if hundreds of thousands of people leave the church, they stop paying church tax, and the church sits there and goes, hold on a minute, something's wrong. So they're trying to get bums on seats again, if you pardon the expression. They're trying to get people to come back in. And I keep saying, stop all this lamby-pamby, modern, crappy music that nobody wants to listen to. But no, that's not true. People might want to listen to it if it's performed well, but that's not going to attract people back to the church. They want traditional church music. They want music that they can sing along to. And they want music that is, well, they want music that they're petrified of. So they want the organist to bash out, good old-fashioned hymns. Let's choose one of the old ones. Oops, sorry. Let's choose one of the really goodies. Give me a number for one of the goodies, someone. Goody, goody, goody. Here we are. Here's a goodie. For All the Saints. Here we go. Vaughan Williams at his best. Vaughan Williams with his tit trousers. That's what they're called. If you've ever seen pictures of Vaughan Williams, he's wearing trousers that really, they cover his breasts. It's unbelievable. It's the high-breasted trouser, as was in those days. Vaughan Williams was a very eccentric man. Very eccentric man, and he was he was into things that you would never imagine. Everyone thinks Vaughan Williams is one of these terribly English of composers, which in theory he was, but he was a mad cocaine freak. He was absolutely addicted to cocaine. He loved the stuff. He couldn't get enough of it. And when you see pictures of him with his trousers up to here, sort of lounging back on a thing, normally with a cigarette just off camera there, hiding off there, and there's always a drink in his other hand. And you just know that he spent the afternoon in the Colombian marching powder while he was writing some music. It's, but you see, we don't think about these things. Vaughan Williams was just a rock and roll star, basically. He was a film music composer, for God's sake. He was doing all sorts of wonderful things, and it was all drug induced, and nobody believes me when I say that, but it's a well documented fact. That lady there in that picture, she was very good friends with Vaughan Williams. She gave him lots of money during his lifetime to compose pieces of music. And he basically spent all of it on, never mind, Charlie, as they say. But anyway, yeah, he was, and I think, I'm not suggesting we should all go back to drug consuming for church music, but if we had more hymns like this performed on a more regular basis, I think people would come running back to the church. I really should stop playing with my nose when I'm talking about such things. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I was trying to do a drug-induced version of For All the Saints there, because that's the kind of thing Vaughan Williams would have done. Stop playing with your nose, Gartshore. Ralph Vaughan Williams, not Ralph Charlie Williams. Yes, well, whatever. It's what kept him up to snuff. Oh, I love that. Thank you, TB. That's a wonderful thing. Ooh, talking of you lot, I should say hello, shouldn't I? I've been very sorry. I haven't been paying attention tonight, have I? And, ooh, there have been tickets sold this evening. Gosh. Oh, my goodness, what's happened here? Oh, Vanessa's been doing something. Gosh, look. Oh, sorry, I didn't even know this. Vanessa set it up tonight that you could buy a christening ticket for the baby. I didn't know that. Sorry, Vanessa's done that. Isn't that cute? What a nice idea. Right, let's have a look. Stefan, thank you very much for your ticket. Who's this? František, thank you very much. Greetings from Trebic. He was going to suggest something, but then there's an option for something. Oh, that's from the big green book. I will go and find the big checkbook. All right, we'll go and get that in a minute. Thank you. Good suggestion. Thank you, František. Very kind. Who's this? Monica from Ohio. Thank you very much, Monica from Ohio. Who this? Opus. Thank you very much, Opus. That's very kind indeed. Thank you. Andrew Prince. Thank you. Again, for our bundle of joy on her christening day. Oh, thank you very much indeed. That's very kind. Julian. Thank you very much. Very, very kind indeed. Christian. Thank you very much. Gosh, this is very lovely. Thank you very much. Right, who have we got here? We've got Jacob. That was right back at the beginning. Thank you, Jacob. Alexander. Hello, Alexander. Thank you very much, Alexander. Lucian Goodson, our friend from Texas, complete with hat. Thank you very much, Lucian. That is very kind of you indeed. Who have we got here? Jerry. Jerry says Sunday ticket. Thank you, Jerry. That's very kind of you. I hope Jerry's feeling better. Jörg from Switzerland says ticket. Thank you very much, Jörg from Switzerland. And I think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's it. Oh, thank you very much indeed, ladies and folks. Gentlemen, that's very kind of you indeed. Let's check out the email, see if I'm missing anything here. Ooh. Good job I read that to the end. I shall not say any more. Oh, we have to do that. Joshua. Fit the Battle of Jericho. Joshua has requested, Dear Lord and Father of mankind. What a beautiful... Oh, that is going to sound awfully delicious on my new registration there. What number is it? It's number 300 and something. 353. There we go. Repton. There it is. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, we need this. Oh, thank you. See, Hubert Parry. Yeah, Parry. We'll come on to him in just a moment. I'll come back to that. Tell you all about Parry in a minute. Jeffrey. Jeffrey wrote me an email. I don't use PayPal, but trying to do something by credit card. Try buy me a coffee if you're interested in that. Here, someone put up the list there. Not the list, the link, that's the one, to buy me a coffee for Jeffrey. Thank you very much indeed. I shall say thank you in advance. Lucian has a request. What's this? Karen has an either or and request. Right, well, let's have it. Let's add it to the list of things over on the machine. Clickety click, and there it is. Andrew Bazuki. We can do that. I've got the music for that somewhere else. I think have I done that before? I think I've done it before. Yes, I have done it before. It's obviously in the machine. So let's leave that there. It's in the machine already. Andrew, I will see if I can get that done. Who's this? What's this? The Platz Gang have been very busy. Gosh, thank you very much. The Platz Gang have been very busy over on Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you very much indeed. Ah, lovely. Thank you. Splendid. Splendid, yes. Right. Back to the music. Hold on, let me get back to where I need to be here. Ticket has arrived from Nancy. Blessings to you, Gartshore family. Thank you very much, Nancy. Thank you. Very kind. Splendid. I didn't know that Vanessa did that. That was very kind of her. Okay. Right. Repton. Parry. Parry came from a very posh family. And Parry always just wanted to be sort of a musical kind of guy, and he wrote beautiful music, absolutely gorgeous music, wonderful organ music too. Parry was a very very nice man, apparently. Very, very nice man indeed. Very friendly, very kind. But he, when his father died, he inherited the baronetcy. What is a baronetcy? Well, oh God, this is where it becomes complicated. Shall we go into the British class system and look at the upper class and all the titles? No, let's not today. But the baronetcy is the lowest of the posh people, shall we say. At the top, you've got the dukes. That's me. You've got the dukes, then you've got the earls, then you've got the... No, hold on. You've got the dukes, then you've got the No, hold on. I can't remember the order. Is duke, then earl, then marquis, is that right? Yes. And then the barons and all that, and baronets. Baronet is just a small baron. And so on and so on. But anyway, never mind, we're not going to go into that. But the baronetcies are sort of the lower posh ones, as it were. But anyway, Parry inherited his baronetcy from his dad. And he gave up music altogether. He just went off to work in the estate and become a landed gentry. He never composed a piece of music ever again, and just lived the life of toff, basically. Yeah, those were the days when toffs had money. Sadly, no longer the case. There's a song from the 1960s. Taxman's taken all my dough, left me in my stately home. Sunday afternoon, remember that? Yeah. That happened to a lot of toff families around the world back in the day, and actually never mind. Certain families lost everything, absolutely everything, but they managed to keep titles, which means nothing. What does a title mean in this day and age? It means you get a nice table in a restaurant, or you go to a barber's and get a seat without an appointment. That's all it means in this day and age. Ray, there's a ticket from Ray. Thank you very much, Ray. That's very kind indeed. Lovely. I don't think we know Ray, so thank you, Ray. Anyway, Parry, when he was busy writing music before he took over the posh parts, he wrote this beautiful oratorio called Judith. And one of the songs in his oratorio, Judith, had basically this melody, Dear Lord and Father of Mankind. It's absolutely delicious. Check this out. It's a lovely little tune to play around with. Soft and gentle and yummy. And yummy, yummy, yummy. Now, over here we had a couple of requests for hymns. And we had a request for a very fun piece of music. I'll see if we can squeeze that in. I'm sure we can. However, let's have a look at the hymn request that came in first. And we have something to dance along to this evening. We have a dancey request too. And we have a swing-along request. God, we have lots of funny requests tonight. Let's see what we can do. Let's start with... Nope. Let's start with... Is it this? Yes, it's this. Right, this was... Who was this? Who was this? This was the Goodsons, wasn't it? Lucian. Yes, this was the Goodsons. Okay, according to Lucian Goodson, this is Bach Light. Well, I hope it's Bach Light because I'm not in the mood for Bach Heavy either. But we have had a request for Bach tonight, so I might even manage to squeeze that in. I think we need a bit of beef here. There we go, that's better. Get some noise going on here. This is a piece of music called In His Time. He has made everything beautiful in his time. Ecclesiastes 3:11. And Diane Ball wrote this. I think it's one of those. Is it? No, it's slightly slower than that. Okay, let's have a go at this. It's in the key of E flat. But it doesn't start in E flat. Right, let's have a look at this. In His Time. that's a fun tune. I like that. In His Time. I hope I did that correctly. It sounds like the kind of tune that should yum dum 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 dee da da dum 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 dum. It should probably speed up, actually. That's what it kind of sounds like. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it so much, I'm going to attempt this. Now this might work on this organ. It might not. I don't know. Our friend Andrew Bazuki. I haven't heard from Andrew Bazuki for a long time. He has requested this. And this is awfully difficult stuff. So I wonder, will we be able to do it? Let's put it on a double page here. But let's turn it that way on a double page. And will my winky blinkies? Yes, they should work. Yes, good, perfect. Andrew Bazuki has requested this. Please play when you can. Well, the answer to that is I will never be able to. So actually, hold on a minute. This organ is not the right organ to play this on. We need an organ with a different kind of stop. So let us therefore change organs. Let's leave northwest Germany and let's fly away. Let's fly down to... Is it going? Oh, it's coming quite quickly. Let's fly down to Italia. Let's fly down to Bella Italia again. We were there on Friday night and we were poking about in the Cathedral of Alessandria with its amazing tuba. And I think we will use this again for this, because this piece of music needs a tuba. Have I played this? It's in my machine, so I must have tried playing it at some point. It's a piece of music by Virgil Fox. It's an arrangement of a Virgil Fox. Well, it's a transcription of a Virgil Fox thing. Tuba. Ready with the tubas in the chat. Okay, this could be fun. This could be fun. This is Virgil Fox's arrangement of Bach's Now Thank We All Our God from Cantata number 79. Now, this was a request by our friend Andrew Bazuki. Thank you, Andrew Bazuki, very kind of you. And, in fact, why am I saying very kind of you? I don't think Andrew has coughed up for his thing tonight. Sorry, that's naughty. Who's this? Who's this? Gerald, however, has just bought a ticket on the way past. Thank you, Gerald. That's very kind. Anyway, so Andrew, no, Andrew has not yet. Sorry about that. But however, it could be interesting. It needs a tuba. Now thank we all our God. If you know the words, sing along. And I shall try to play it to the best of my abilities. I can't do better than that. Let's see what happens. It's loud. It's loud. Get your headphones out and be prepared to be deafened. It's just loud, isn't it? I could have played anything there and you would have said, all right, yeah, pretty good though. I like that arrangement. I like... Nothing beats a bloody good tuba. Virgil Fox. Virgil Fox, very underrated. Everyone thinks Virgil Fox was just all technique and no musicality. Ha! Rubbish. Virgil Fox was one of the best organists the world has ever seen. And yes, he was flashy, and yes, he was showy. But by God, could he play the organ. Would he have been around, well, if he were around in this day and age, would he have been as successful? Yes, of course he would. Of course he would. He was taking the organ as an instrument, and he was taking it to concert halls all around the world. He had normal audiences, none of these toffee-nosed, barnacle-y audiences sitting around talking, oh, well, yes, I understand if you use this particular stop in this particular way, it could possibly... Virgil Fox was all about, this is the organ, it will shake your soul, it will stir your boots, it will drive you into a frenzy. And that's what he did. And he turned the organ world around. It was wonderful. He removed the stuffiness of the organ world. Absolutely wonderful. And there are very few people in this day and age, today, doing that now. I think it's a terrible shame. The organ world has become far too elitist. And it's killing itself, basically. It's you know, if they carry on like that, I'm talking about the bow tie brigade, or the black polo neck, you know, the black roll neck, so turtleneck, that brigade. Steve Jobs playing the organ, you know, that kind of person. No, kick them down the stairs. No, we don't want them. Yes, they're good, but but that's not the organ world. That's part of the organ world. The real part of the organ world is out there doing the fun stuff and showing everybody that the organ is a wonderful instrument, and not just a select few who want to listen to someone do a particular style of interpretation and intonation on certain notes when they're playing pieces of music by composers that nobody wants to listen to anymore. No, go away. Just go away. Just go away. Go and live in a small corner. Go back to your cave. Let's have Virgil Fox back again. Virgil Fox got people dancing. Yeah, he played that kind of stuff. He got people dancing in the aisles at concert halls, playing Bach fugues. Can you believe that? Yeah, can you imagine anybody in this day and age, right? I'm going to play the Bach fugue now. Could you imagine anyone wanting to dance to that? No, get the full organ on. That's how we finished every concert. The audience went wild, and then he went. Let me get full organ for you. What's happening here? Why is that doing that? Oh, I don't want that. Go away. There we are. What happened there? Oh, bloody hell. What happened there? Right, there we go. Full organ. There we go. If he would play the fugue, and it would be amazing, and he would and he would tell the audience what's going on. He would say, now, dance. And he would get them clapping along. And we're talking Bach here, yeah? Nowadays, if you play Bach, you just sit there and don't move and don't do anything. Bach, a coffee-drinking, cigarette-smoking, wife-beating ogre of a man. A drunk, basically. Wonderful. Yeah, that's what it's all about. The Jeremy Clarkson of the organ world. I always say Bach is the Jeremy Clarkson of the organ world. You have to love him to hate him, or you have to hate him to love him. It's both. But yeah, he was not a pleasant person. Everyone reveres Bach for being this amazing, but no, he was a horrible person. Nobody liked him. People were afraid of him, particularly his family. He was one of them, you know, and he was a drinker and a smoker and a gambler and all sorts of things. He was not a nice person. But But he was a genius when it came to music, and you have to love him, although he was not a nice person. Anyway, right. Kicks his dog, very stuffy. Probably. Well, if you hit your children, you probably hit dogs as well, so not very nice. Anyway, right. Right, hold on. Jeffrey, crowdfunding. Thank you for reminding me. Right, let's have a look. The crowdfunding campaign, we've got 6 days to go, which is not a lot, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a lot. Let's have a look. How are we doing on the crowdfunding campaign? Ooh, it's gone up a little bit. Let's have a look. Let's do some maths. 71%, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached 71%. That's good. We're getting there. So 6 days to go. We have to reach at least 100% on the crowdfunding campaign. I'll be doing a video pretty much every day next week talking about it. Oh, what's this? It's Andrew Bazuki, a ticket from Andrew Bazuki. Thank you very much. I'm sorry if I forced you into that. That wasn't my intention, but thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed my interpretation of Virgil Vox trying to bash out some Bach. Yeah. Anyway, right. What were we talking about? Oh yes, the crowdfunding campaign. It's running out. 6 days to go. So Saturday next week is the final day, and it would be great if we reached at least 100%. So there you are. You know what to do. I've talked to you about it many, many times already. Let's pop it up here. So if after this concert is over, you can go and check it out. It's all about sampling organs. I am moving into the world of sampling organs, and there you go. And it was the Nightbot already did it for me 10 minutes ago. That's all right. Sorry about that. It just did it itself. Yeah. Full-time job coming up. Right, now, here's a bizarre request. Oh, hold on, I didn't move it over to my thing. Jez, our friend Jez. Our friend Jez wrote me an email and said, a bizarre request, possibly. Well, I like bizarre. Oh, it's one. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, Jez, I love your requests. An email has just arrived from a certain part of the world, and I am aware of its contents. Thank you very much, and I'm saving it for a minute. But first, we're going to do this. Right, Jez has sent me something, and he sent me a score, and the score has got bloody hell. What the hell is that? The score has got it's got alto saxophone, which is an instrument in E flat. So there's a note there. It's written as a G. It's written there. Oh, hold on. It's written there. Okay, that note is written. That note is written. However, the note that actually sounds is okay. So I have to transpose that down a sixth to get that, but then we have trumpets in B flat. Oh God, trumpets in B flat. So the notes that are written there they're written a tone higher than they sound. So it's written that, but it's actually that. And then we have a tuba in F, otherwise known as an F in tuba. So that means I have to transpose that. Oh no, hold on, that's wrong. Hold on, that's in C. It says F tuba, but it's not in F, it's in C. Oh, that's all right. Well, that makes it marginally easier. All right, so I've got one instrument in E flat, two instruments in B flat, and one instrument in C. So, transposing. And the piece of music is, oh, I know what it is now. We need a cymbal. We need someone with cymbals. Ding, 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 ding. Can you make the cymbal noises? You all have to make cymbal noises when I do this, okay? Good God, emails coming in a million times here. I'm not forgetting, I'm saving it. How do we explain this to the world? The United Kingdom viewers will know exactly what this is. Well, people of a certain age will know exactly what this is. The Americans, do you recognize this piece of music? Probably not. I'm just trying to think. How does the middle bit go? I have to work out the harmonies here, don't I? Okay, oh, I blinked and it turned pages. And then there's that middle bit. How does the middle bit go? Dum, da, 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 da. Ba, ba, da, ba, da, ba, ba, da, da. And then, oh God, where does that go to? It then goes to... I need to work. This is transposing. That's right, isn't it? Okay, I may make mistakes with my transposing skills here because I'm transposing 3 instruments at once to different places, but it should work because my memory should serve me correctly here. The song is entitled At the Sound of the Swinging Cymbals. And it was the theme tune to a broadcasted program, originally radio and then television, I think later. This is before my time, so I'm not sure if that's right. And it was called The Pick of the Pops. And this was a precursor to The Top of the Pops, if you know what I mean. And the piece of music, a lot of radio people out there will remember this. It's a wonderful melody. See if you recognize it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bloody hell. Yeah. It's longer than that. This is, Jez sent me a version, it's quite short. The whole thing is actually longer than that. But there's lots of cymbals and drum solos. It's the kind of thing, who was the drummer? Was it Eric Delaney? Who was the drummer in those days? It's a drummer who went mad, he went absolutely mental. It was wonderful. Great tune, thanks for that. I must see if I can find a longer arrangement of that, because that's wonderful. I love this bit. And then of course, what a magnificent piece of music. Ladies and gentlemen, over in the Czech Republic, which is slightly east of here, a young lady it's her birthday. It's her birthday. She has turned 20 years of age. 20? Good God, 20. 20. 20, that means she was born in 2004. God, I hate to think what I was doing in 2004. 20. So, Let's all sing and say happy birthday to the beautiful Miss Marketa. Marketa, are you still in the chat, Marketa? I hope you're in the chat. Marketa, are you in the chat? I know František is in the chat. He's been sending me emails all night saying, don't forget, it's the birthday, it's the birthday, it's the birthday. So, Marketa, I hope you're listening. I hope you're here. Are you celebrating? I hope you're celebrating your birthday. And let's sing happy birthday to Marketa. Now, you may all be laughing and asking, why on earth am I playing When I'm 64 to a 20-year-old Czech girl? Well, it's quite simple. She loves the Beatles. She plays in a Beatles cover band and sings and plays in a Beatles cover band. So there you are. And I thought we would play When I'm 64. Boo! Well, fun, fun, fun. Fun, fun, fun. What a wonderful piece of music. I'd forgotten how much fun that was to play. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to finish off this evening's concert with a bit of fun and games because I'm in the mood for some fun and games. It's been Maureen. Maureen, by the way, Maureen is now a member of the channel. She became a principal member. Thank you very much, Maureen. That's very kind of you. Very kind of you indeed. And Maureen was saying, where do you get all this energy? That's a bloody good question. That's a bloody good question. It's been a very long day. We've had 2 sleepless nights now with the little one. So probably it's just sleeplessness. That's where the energy is coming from. Good food, probably. This evening I had, what did I have? I had something, it had Italian fennel salami and black truffles. Sounds awfully posh, doesn't it? But it was absolutely bloody lovely. So maybe that's filling me with energy. Who knows? Could be. Anyway, Marketa, I hope you had a wonderfully happy birthday. I hope you had wonderful fun, and it's not too late. Get up and start dancing about. We're going to have a bit of a swing ending to tonight's concert, and I'm going to end it on the theatre organ, of course, because I need a bit of a bop to finish off the evening. Hi. What registrations are we on here? We are on those registrations. Let me just quickly check all my thingy bobs. Here we are. Perfect. Wonderful. Love Me or Leave Me. Mr. Donaldson, Mr. Khan, 1928, as far as my memory serves me correctly. A wonderful piece of music. Ella Fitzgerald made it very famous, as did Dean Martin. And I am about to too. Love Me or Leave Me. The key of F minor. It's wonderful. Swing along, ladies and gentlemen. Love Me or Leave Me. Hoi, a wonderfully fun piece of music. And I think we're going to have to finish off with a tango for this evening's lovely piece of music. Let me see if I can find my tango. It should be in here. On Friday, our good friend, there it is, our good friend Mr. Alexander Wunderlich, no relation to Klaus Wunderlich, but Alexander Wunderlich sent me a wonderful piece of music in a tango style. And I think I will try and play it now. It's called Ole Guapa, which means hey chica, which means hoo hoo little girl. Or, well, you know what I mean. It's that kind of thing. Ole Guapa. It's naughty. It's wolf whistling at young ladies. Kind of thing that František does all the time with his Marketa. Ole. What a wonderful, fun piece of music that is. It needs a cha-cha-cha, but it's not. It's a tango. Cha-cha-chas are not tangos. They're different flavors of pieces all together. Right, a final piece of music, ladies and gentlemen, and then it's time for me to turn into a pumpkin and go to bed. And I think what we're going to do tonight, we're going to have a piece of music that we haven't had. Have we ever had this? I'm sure we have. But let's, I don't need the music for it, but we might as well, seeing as I've got this thing, we might as well have it. There it is. Clickety pop, ping. We're by boo be do ba do day. pow. Occasionally, from time to time, we have to have some blues. And blues music is wonderful. Oh, a final ticket has arrived from Jez. Thank you very much. Sorry about the score. Don't worry. I'll see if I can find another one for you. I'll be a good fan. Thanks, Jez. Thanks, Jez. Right, any final tickets coming in this evening, ladies and gentlemen? Don't forget, Vanessa has set everything up, so it's all for the little bundle of joy on her christening day. And I'll see if we can do something. We might be able to get an anonymous photo of the little one for you, because I firmly believe children have no place on the internet. But if I can find an anonymous photo of her, certainly from behind in her little dress, I will get one. We had a photographer there today, so we will see. Clarence Williams, 1928, The Basin Street Blues. the Basin Street Blues to finish off this evening's concert. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That has been Sunday night was organ music night with a lot of hymns from around the world, some chit-chat from around the world, some tickets from around the world. Thank you very much indeed. Very kind to all of you. Let's make sure I haven't missed anything. I do hope I haven't. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, keep watching, keep enjoying, and we will see you very soon. Friday will be the next live night. That will be the final one for August. God, it's September next Sunday. Can you believe it? Next Sunday is the 1st of September. Bloody hell. What has happened to the year? Where's it gone? Let's finish off with a piece of music. Going to dedicate this one to Cam Platts because I know he absolutely loves this one. And I want you all to sing along. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Or there are lots of naughty words to this. If you know any of the naughty words to this song, then send me an email. Don't put it in the chat. Send me an email with the naughty words to this one. I think it's good fun. Let me quickly change my Reggies back to these ones, and we should be absolutely good to go. There was an email just arrived there. Who dis? Who dis? Ah! A thank you from Marketa for our birthday party goodies for her. So there we are. Right, the Battle Hymn of the Republic. Sing along, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see you very soon. Thank you for watching. Thanks for joining us this weekend. Have a good weekend, or a good rest of weekend yourselves if you're in the States, and have a good start to the week if you're further east, and we'll see you on the other side.
Bye.